We're live.
We're live. Good evening, everyone. We've got a silly advert right now, which we don't want.
Like I was good at anything.
How are you, Tilly, my gorgeous friend?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Welcome to Nicky TV. This is extremely exciting. I've always wanted to be a TV host, and I've got my wish fulfilled. We're going to have a YouTube channel just for these, so you'll be able to use this in any way you like.
Great.
Really.
How exciting. My daughter will be so impressed that I'm on YouTube.
Well, you're all round impressive, that's for sure. But I always start this with some music because I feel this so appropriate for you. What have you done with the girls?
They were eating.
They were eating, so you made a quick exit.
Yes.
You are a real example of this song. I love this song. So this is so exciting. I hope you like this song, Tilly.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Okay, great. Right, here she comes. Good evening, everyone. I hope you are all well. And here we are, Tuesday evening, the 2nd of February, 2021. Phew! Got the other side of January. So Tilly, what this whole Crohn's thing is, when did you find out about that? How old were you?
I was 29. So, you know, it would have been my 30th birthday shortly afterwards. But to be honest, I'd had stomach problems for years and joint pain, which now, you know, they all understand was part of my Crohn's. But unfortunately, you know, I just had an irritable bowel, and that was what I was diagnosed with, and just really told to eat more fibre and everything that really irritated me. And I had some day surgery, and that was it really. My body just gave up the ghost. So after about 17 years of going to the doctors and having my appendix out and all sorts, I found myself having day surgery. I then found myself, which isn't a very pleasant subject, but being totally incontinent, and not knowing what my future had really. Spent 3 weeks at home in a complete state, and then spent 4 weeks in hospital and had 5 operations. So, and that's when they found out I had Crohn's.
So that's so weird. And so how come you had to have so many years of like discomfort? I mean, it's just like incredible, isn't it?
I mean, I don't know, maybe I wasn't banging on the doors, but, you know, I think everybody just thought it's an irritable bowel, you know, and also, you know, when you're a woman, sadly, things often get put down to your hormones as well. So it was kind of, I was flicking between a cycle of, you know, it's irritable bowel or it's your hormones.
Neither of which were true.
No, and at one point I had my appendix removed because it could have been that, and it wasn't.
Still here.
Still here.
Still feeling the same. So was that all when you were in your 30s?
No, so that was so sort of through my late teens and through my 20s, and literally I got the diagnosis in the year I was going to be 30. And to be honest, after I got over everything, because obviously at that point I was 6 stone and could barely eat. So at that point, you know, I think the diagnosis helped because I was given medication, and after a period of a few months, I felt better than I'd felt for years. But yeah, you just have to learn to live with a chronic condition. And I was sent to all sorts of support groups, which kind of I found very depressing because I didn't want to keep living it. So I just took the response that, you know, it's going to live with me. I'm not living with it, and it will not stop me. and sometimes, you know, I push myself and I take the consequences of that. But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm given my life, so I should leave it, you know, I should live it as best I can.
And just on a daily basis, is it always there still? I mean, like, you know, have you?
I think, on a daily basis, I could pinpoint certain parts of my intestine, that sort of thing, which caused me problems. But I've kind of changed a lot of my eating habits over the last 12 months, and some people thought I was mad, but just before lockdown, I actually started doing the Arbonne 30-day challenge. So I literally cut out caffeine, gluten, dairy, and moved to having like the protein shakes for breakfast, fizz sticks instead of my normal caffeine fix, which, I know I can only have one fizz stick a day, but I was probably drinking about 8 cups of coffee a day, and proper strong coffee. So, and I felt, I'll be honest with you, I felt really bad when I decided to do it for 3 or 4 days. I felt like, what am I doing? Everyone was talking about schools shutting down, and I was thinking, well, actually, I'm never going to survive this without coffee. So this is bad. But
you're brave. I didn't realize you'd start it in lockdown. That's insane.
Yeah, just literally just before, and the 4 days I had a banging headache. I couldn't concentrate. I just wanted to sleep, and I was like, okay, 30 days of this, and I'm kind of had it. But I thought, no, soldier on. And actually, it gradually got better. And then I began to realise, actually, the things that I thought were helping getting me through the day were actually the things that were actually not. So I didn't want to sleep at middle of the afternoon anymore. I didn't, I felt like I had loads of energy. My skin started to get better, because I was drinking a lot more water. And I think one of the big things I realised quite early on is I'd been to dietitians and things throughout my sort of life with Crohn's, because I lose a lot of weight, and then obviously I have to try and put weight back on. But they were always telling me to eat yogurts and, have milky drinks. I did that because that's what I was told to do, but I always felt poorly. It made me feel worse. And so I began to realise that all the things they'd been telling me to do were actually making it worse, because once I got rid of the dairy, I was okay. And I think the protein, actually, the nutrition in it really feeds me, whereas otherwise I don't get enough nutrients from what I'm eating, because I'm not eating massive volumes.
So with a couple of questions. So before you did your big change in March last year, what did your day look like? You obviously had a lot of coffee, like 8
so what
cups a day.
my day looked like. So I'd have in the morning, I'd get up, I'd have coffee, and I'd either have 1 slice of toast or a bowl of cereal. But actually, cereal makes me feel really ill, and a piece of bread doesn't really give you anything, does it? It's not giving you any nutrition
it's sort of padding,
your body. It? And then I'd go to my job, and by 10 o'clock I'd be wanting to munch on something. So again, it was finding things that I could munch on, because I couldn't digest a lot of fruit. I'm okay if I put it in my shakes, but struggled otherwise. Sandwich or soup for lunch, and then a meal when I came home. But literally, I always cook everything from scratch, but yeah, probably, ridiculous amounts of coffee. That was all I was drinking all day, every day, coffee.
Wow. God, your poor body. So really, like, a lot of carbs, basically, so which was a bit like sort of padding. You were just sort of putting cotton wool in there to sort of like calm it down, shut up kind of thing. And also the things like fruit and things were actually really difficult for you to take. So it's actually difficult for you to have nutrients.
Yeah. So, but I find when it's all blended, it actually, I can have it, and sort of I have nuts and the seeds as well. So I think it's just finding what works for you, isn't it? It's I had I used to have those Ensure drinks. Have you heard of those? They're like the nutritional drinks that you generally give to old people when they're recovering and things. So
recovery drinks.
So I used to get those from the NHS, but again, because of the milk and things in it, I really struggled. And a lot of the other,
like dairy and sugar and stuff like that.
Yeah, and a lot of the other proteins I've tried have been sort of whey based or dairy based, which I now know is what sort of triggers me. So everything's okay in moderation, but if I have it, all day, every day, then it doesn't work for me.
Yeah. So how would you describe your energy levels before March on your you know, lots of carbs and coffee and that kind of thing, on a scale of 0 to 10, where 10 is like you're skipping about and you're feeling amazing?
So I would say, you know,
like flatlining.
I mean, you know me, I just get on with it. So,
yeah.
But if you ask me, you know, if I'd have ever sat down, I never would have got back up. So I would say sort of like 4 or 5. And obviously I've got 2 relatively young children as well, so they keep me on my toes. But I think, you know, now I would sort of say, you know, 8 or 9. I think the thing I need to do now is more get back into my yoga and more physical exercise.
Well, it's obviously quite hard in lockdown when you're homeschooling. And how many businesses? Just tell us about what you do work-wise.
What I do work-wise, well, you know, up until about 3 years ago, I had a really sensible job. And then I decided it was not a good idea to do that because my daughter was heading off to secondary. So I bought a business called Raring to Go Bedford, which is the go-to guide for you and your child. And normally we'd be distributing 18,000 copies each quarter through a network of schools. So, you know, that's basically a one-man band. So I do everything from sales, putting the magazine together, to delivering. So, you know, at certain points of the year, for 3 days, I'm out in my car with my little trolley, and it's all very glamorous being a magazine editor.
But also the other days of the week, you're selling advertising space like an absolute Trojan and like on a mission. And
I do some work for my old boss as well. So just because that's, you know, it's nice to see a friendly face now and again. And recently I got involved with a French fashion company called Captain Tortue. French ladies clothes. Here we are, new collection. New collection. I was doing a bit of a pop-up today, so
oh, you'll have to show us some of the new spring things. I absolutely love Captain.
Oh well, you know, what can I show you? What would you like, Nikki?
Show us something that's Nikki. Show me something that I'm gonna like.
Nikki might like this little dress.
Absolutely love Captain Tortue.
This is a nice little dress.
Very dreamy.
And they wear it, they've got it styled with a nice belt you can get, and some really nice slouchy boots is the look.
How long would that be?
Oh, it'd be above your knee.
Oh, that's really lovely.
It's very pretty.
I love it because there's colour with Captain
Lovely coral. Lovely. You like these little bits?
Yeah, I do. I love those.
So it look great, you know, with a bit of a Western hat.
What size is that? What size is that, Tilly?
This is an extra small.
Is it? Wow. Any questions, guys? Because we've got 4 people here. I'm gonna just turn the sound down. We've got Emma and Izzy watching, so we'll see if they have any questions in a second. So before lockdown, how well was Raring to Go going, your magazine? When did you buy that? When did you actually buy that again?
So in September 2018.
Okay, so you're a couple of years before. Well,
yeah, but unfortunately, I was still working my old job quite a lot of the week, and obviously, you know, unfortunately, you know, my husband had to have an operation around that time. So 2020 was really my year. I really felt like I was getting somewhere. I'd started networking. We're starting to get on top of things, and of course, you know, COVID has been a real blow, like it has been to many people. So, you know, having a magazine with what's on, where to go in COVID has been problematic. So literally, I mean,
honestly, I have to give you an award for the woman that gets back up. I mean, like, seriously. And how's Raring to Go been? You're doing virtual, aren't you? You're doing a virtual edition.
So we've done, we've done digital, and I managed to get 2 printed editions out last year, but we've gone digital again now. So I'm just putting together a special lockdown edition, which is, you know, up to about 40 pages last time I looked. And it's literally just going to be full of ideas of places to go for walks, you know, things to do, homeschooling ideas. Just full of lots of things to hopefully keep families busy and sane.
Well, I think you're incredible. So, and how's all your Crohn's been, like, sort of, you know, year down the line of doing the real kind of 30 days program, which is what we call the sort of the real, like, excluding all allergens.
Yeah.
Just to remind everyone, gluten, dairy, kind of refined sugar, alcohol, caffeine, soy. You know, you're literally eliminating to go cold turkey. So that was so brave after 8 coffees a day, because that is how you get the slammer of a headache.
It was the slammer.
Yeah, that's
what it's like in a dark room.
I mean, like, you hit it head on, I have to say. Fair play to you. We've got Emma and we've got Izzy and we've got Joe on. Hi, guys. Yes, it is my personal shopping, Izzy. Absolutely. Joe, you'd love all these clothes. So what I just wanted to ask you was, like, how are you kind of managing with everything that you've got going on? And how is your Crohn's now?
I would say it's good, because I'm not so rigid with my 30 days, but I still obviously have the protein shake in the morning, which I really think, sets me up for the day. I still carry on with my fizz sticks. I drink loads of water, which I just never would have done that before. And I think, I've started doing some meditation. I recognize I need to get back to the yoga, but I'm kind of, just trying to look after me a little bit and give myself a little bit of me time, which isn't always easy to carve out. But I've realized kind of, I always want to look after everybody else and do everything for everybody. So, if I'm going to do that, then I need to take care of me.
It's a habit of a lifetime, isn't it? As mums, we like kind of, deflect, and then, yeah. So, so what you're finding is that you keep a few things on track, having done the big kind of break of habits, and then now you've got new good habits. And
I don't eat. Yeah, and I don't have a sandwich every day. I don't go for bread every day, or I don't have cereal. I've cut out most dairy apart from butter. But I'm not having milk and all those sorts of things. So I think it's just, it's everything in moderation and just kind of cutting out what doesn't work for you.
It sounds like you're not living like a nun, and you're managing it and keeping yourself on the straight and narrow, and really, keeping your energy levels up to 8, 9 when you've got so much on, and you've got 3 businesses, and you're juggling 2 girls, busy life. How can you imagine a life without, like, your protein and, like, your physics? How would that go?
I don't think, I was saying that to someone the other day, I don't think that I would have got through lockdown as kind of, as well as I have, if I hadn't made those changes, if I hadn't really found something that was nutritional and really giving me that energy and, supporting me. I'd probably be walking around like I was 6 stone, because that's what would have happened to me.
Can you imagine? You'd have been so poorly now with the added stress of everything, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And I just think, I wasn't, I knew myself, I wasn't feeding my body the way I should have been, but it was kind of trying to find something that worked.
So would you say you still got Crohn's, or is it just a case of managing it? You have, but you're just kind of managing.
Yeah, I just manage it. I mean, I can't, I was thinking that today, and apart from when I first came out of hospital, I literally have never had a day off sick work from it.
Wow. But that's so your mindset. The thing that I've really noticed since knowing you a little bit better is just how you've got so much stronger. That's why I played that song at the beginning, is it's up here. It feels that because you're getting, like, the nutrition, you're on your real train track with your nutrition. It really feels that mentally and emotionally it just feels like you've got so much stronger, to me.
I'm getting there, I'm it's not the easiest time to make massive changes to your life, is it, with so much other stuff going on? But yeah, you just got to keep going. Of course you can. You just got to keep going, and actually, I'm using this time to really focus on what's working, what isn't, so that I can make the right decisions when we're in better times.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you've been really incredible. I'm just going to ask the question: another time, would you be interested in Tilly doing a little zoom on the clothes that she's got, just so that we can see? Because what I really want to do on Nicky TV is actually really big up people, and I know so many cool people, and so that we all know what everyone does, because you never know, there might be somebody that really loves clothes who watches this, or there could be somebody who's got Crohn's. And it's fantastic to see Matt on as well, because I met Matt yesterday networking, and he's been saying that he's been really struggling with his energy, and his joints have been really, like, feeling really rubbish. He has pain all the time in the morning, certainly, and just not feeling like he's got any mojo. So what would you say to Matt, who's literally had his first fizz stick today?
His first fizz stick?
Yeah.
Well, that's going to become a bit of an addiction.
Yeah, I mean, like, what difference does, if you had a coffee, I mean, he doesn't actually drink that much coffee, bless him, but if he's talking energy drinks or something with caffeine, and then the fizz sticks, what would you say are the differences?
I mean, I think with the fizz stick, you know, with coffee, you sort of get that boost, and then it kind of, it's a bit like having sugar, isn't it? You get that boost, and then it's a bit like, oh God, I need another coffee. You don't really get that with fizz stick, do you? You just stay up. You know, you kind of, you don't have that fluctuation like sugar and caffeine.
And the thing for you as well, weight's never been a problem. We've actually almost been the other way, haven't you? You've been too underweight.
Yeah.
How have you been managing your weight since you've been like having a shake in the morning and whatnot? How have you found that?
I think I can feel more solid. I feel heavier.
You feel more like here, don't you? You're a bit like Flight of the Wisp. You're a bit like woo, you know, before, but you're feeling much more.
No, I do, like, and actually, you know, that's probably been another struggle for me, because obviously, okay, people don't understand this, but when you've been really thin, when you put on weight, you feel really heavy. I can't describe it, but when you've been 6 stone, it's like, it's not nice and it's horrible. But the minute you put on a couple of pounds, you feel like really heavy, and you feel like, oh my God, I need to lose weight. So it's taken me a while. It sort of messes with your head, that, doesn't it? That whole, So it's taken me a while to get over that. But I would say,
how do you feel now? Do you feel like you're kind of in your body and you like being like that?
No, I think I'm getting there. I feel sometimes I have a bit of thing and think, oh God, you know, I'm getting a bit porky in my old age. But
it's amazing, everybody.
but I can certainly feel it on my muscles, and you know, the shape, you know, it sounds stupid, but I think the shape of my legs and things have changed because of the protein.
Oh, you've got a bit more muscle as a result. Because Matt today was actually asking me, because he wants to get back to the gym. He used to be really into like, you know, doing a few weights and feeling really kind of, you know, toned and stronger and more toned with, and definitely more muscle. He's not a big framed guy as well. So, you know, have you found that you have built up muscle?
Yeah, and I think I have really bad joints because of my Crohn's, because the inflammation, it's part of it. That's kind of how the whole thing started. And so I have to be really mindful about how I exercise. But certainly, you know, I think, you know, Pilates, yoga, you know, those are the sort of things that I, you know, will do and need to get back into, because they really help build your muscle. So I think that and the protein will be great.
So hard at the moment, because obviously you've got the girls. You're getting lots of love on the chat here. Amazing hair. You're looking amazing. You look really well. I'm getting definite thumbs up on a clothes show. So I think we need to do
let's do
another presentation on the clothes. Any other questions, anyone, for Tilly, on anything that we've talked about?
I'm just going to say, this is my first ever live.
How are you finding it? Isn't it fun? Well, this is cozy and small, and on my.
I know, but you know, it's one of the things that I need to do. I recognise for my businesses, but I kind of have never plucked up courage. So this is a good start.
You look absolutely amazing, Tilly, I have to say, and I do feel that your skin has genuinely really improved as well. You look, I mean, you're not a big makeup girl. I've probably got more makeup on than you, but you don't need makeup. Your skin looks amazing. Matt's already saying it's all about the fizz. Get that? He's only had one, bless him. You did right, buddy. It is. Emma, Joe, Matt, any questions, sweeties?
I hope Matt doesn't want a pop-up shop. It's only ladies' clothes.
He's got a girlfriend.
Oh, cool.
He might do. But I'm loving some colours that I've seen behind you there.
Yeah, there's lots of. Do you like orange?
I love any of that. I love anything with colour.
There you go. Look.
One more thing, guys.
Nice little orange.
They're fantastic with their jackets.
Twist on a denim jacket, so it's really soft, like fake suede, really soft.
Ooh.
It comes in the orange and the lovely brown.
So is that like a peach orange, or I can't really tell?
No, it's quite bright.
Quite bright orange. God,
yeah, quite bright.
Joe says, do you wear the clothes or do you just showcase them?
No, I do wear. So this is Captain Tortue, not that you can really see, but hey,
is that the all-in-one thing?
So this is a long pleated skirt.
That skirt's really nice. It's a long pleated skirt. In fact, I saw that, and she said she didn't have any more, unfortunately. So a nice elasticated waistband as well for lockdown.
Yeah, so I wear it with boots in the winter, and then in the summer I just stick it on with my trainers. I think you saw me wearing it with trainers.
Oh, you look amazing. Just step away so we can see that skirt a bit more. Honestly, she's a clothes horse. She looks absolutely fantastic. And put it this way, when she used to arrive at my house, Rob, my husband, would go, "Who's that?"
Oh, really?
He totally did. Right, I'm going to everyone crack on with their evening. And in a nutshell, what would be your top tips with Crohn's on just managing it?
On managing it is work out what works for you in terms of your diet, because obviously that is so important. Drink loads of water with the odd fizz stick thrown in. And I think just have a positive mindset. You know, some days it's going to get you, and there's nothing you can do about that, but don't let it rule your life. You know, let it live with you, not you with it. Don't let it stop you.
Listen to that. Isn't she amazing? I can imagine you not getting on at all well in those groups, because you're just so different. I mean, it's like, you're like, what are you talking about?
Actually, it was really quite hard, because they were saying things like, you know, oh, we can't go out because we don't know where the toilet is. And I'm like, you've got to go out. You know, you'll work it out. So yeah, not for me.
Not for you, my darling. Isn't she wonderful, everyone? Thank you, my darling. Love you to the moon and back. And we're going to have you back for a bit of a close show, I think.
Cool.
I think we need to have a bit of a lockdown close show.
Well,
I might need to borrow a couple of clothes so I can do a bit of a twirl.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, let me know what you fancy and you can try it on.
Have a look. Honestly, guys, the clothes are amazing. They're such good quality. I think I've been buying them now. Good we well 15 years. I always buy one or two things and it just freshens up my whole wardrobe. And I have Tilly couldn't believe how many actual Captain Tortue things I had in my wardrobe when she came round. Thank you so much. Everyone's saying thank you, darling. And
thank you,
everyone. And you're